Are you not entertained? You might recognize the line from Gladiator. I think it was about 2000. Good movie if you haven't seen it. And great soundtrack by Hans Zimmer and Lisa Gerrard. But don't quote me on that. Anyway, coming to you July 5th, 2020. I don't like car videos. Forgive me for that. This is I had some thoughts I just really wanted to get across. While I know everybody's really just in a state of just disbelief almost and disenchantment, they are just wondering like what's our way out of this. Citizen Body is a group that you might have seen some postings on that doesn't claim to have, say, the answer. But Citizen Body is a group that's based on a think tank, a group of people from diverse backgrounds, religiously, culturally, pigmentation, everything, just like humankind really is, that realizes there's no place where it doesn't matter anything about you other than the fact that you're not harmful to other human beings. And that gets into a great area, but we can get into that later. But basically, you are invited, whatever religion, whatever pigmentation, whatever country, whatever, whether you're an atheist or agnostic, it doesn't matter. And we need a place where we all agree that in that sanctuary community, our arms are laid down and we truly are coming to start focusing on how to trust and how to constructively begin dialoguing about what needs to happen. We do have some ideas, and we have a project called Symptopia, which we believe that what's lacking is philosophic technology. Just like we've accomplished amazing things with science and technology of materials and electronics, we've fallen way behind philosophically. We're running operating systems that are upgraded quarterly or more on our cell phones. We're running a human operating system. If you think of the human being in the brain as the device, some of it's 5,000, 3,000, 2,000 years old, 500, even 100 years old. And the only upgrades to it are, memes and maybe like some new philosopher who's being paid by academia to like get clicks, and everything's driven by money. And there's actually a diminution of actual science, because the money that funds the science is all focusing on the return on the money, not on true knowledge. So the system, you should feel the way you feel, and I feel that way too. But I've spent a lifetime first learning biology to be a teacher, second, and so that's my science background, and then learning business and management, and realizing that, wow, when we have any group of people in a microcosm, I scientifically studied how do we improve the lives of the individuals and at the same time the life of the company. By life of the company, I mean the success of the company as a system. And it's a brilliant thing because it addresses two problems. One is everyone's disenchantment with their work and their meaninglessness in their job, by connecting their work to their bigger purpose in life, or at least helping them explore that as a partner, as opposed to like, you just do what I need done for my business. And then my last stint was in politics for about 10 years, seeing just exactly where the malfunctions are occurring. So it made me and our group realize that what we need is a multifaceted approach. First, that everyone's invited to the table. Secondly, that it addresses not just the business aspects of it, because corporations and business have become incestuous and corrupt, and that's the biggest problem, because all of the problems you're seeing is about oppression of some people and elevation of others. It's a power differential. So in philosophic technology, human beings, whether it's one or a group, will always gravitate like water to level ground. You're never going to make it. If you oppress, suppress, repress anybody, one person, millions of people, they will always gravitate back. It might take 100 years, it might take 200, 400. but you're laying your institution on a foundation of sand, and you're seeing this play out. So this is philosophic technology. Like, we have the history, we have the interconnectedness to realize it doesn't work to relegate anyone to some lower status and some lesser opportunity, lesser degree of wealth. It doesn't work. Now, don't get alarmed by me thinking that somebody's going to get elected president, because it's not going to be a political answer to this, that politics is involved, because it's necessary. But I can tell you from a decade in politics, you will not fix this just by electing so-and-so. But you obviously need to vote, and you need to be, I will explain that later. But here's the main thing to realize, is this system that needs to be fixed is not some government coming in and dictating, okay, we're going to take the Robin Hood thing. That has happened. I mean, it happened with the bank bailouts, that it was reverse Robin Hood, and it also happened with health insurance. The middle class got gutted to pay for the people who are not willing to pay. So a lot of people say, well, okay, so that's kind of like my way of doing the right thing. But it's not a good system. So the citizen body is designing this Syntopia project, where it's like, how does the system work better organically, like the human body? The human body has trillions of cells of different specialties that live and work in cooperation for the entire organism to succeed. Without a strong external, or at least a mysterious external force, if you're spiritual, which there's absolutely a spiritual component to this, but it's not something that's attached to any particular religion or deity. But the respect for the mystery of the spirituality certainly has to be a part of this. And even if you're an atheist, it's just, you step into this space and you say, okay, well, for that part of me that does still have questions, because only ego is going to dictate to someone that there are no questions remain to be answered. If you're a human, and this is our problem with leadership, we are rewarding people that say they have all the answers, or that they never make mistakes. Philosophic technology, you will start to see a rise of leaders who admit mistakes, admit their strengths and weaknesses and fallibilities, because it's more real. But the problem is the culture has become so pervasively an illusion. There's actors in our elected official position. There's, entertainment everywhere. Everything's entertainment. Everything you click on. Yeah, we still get, a little bit of education, but entertainment, man, commercials, everything, it's all got to be entertaining, or we lose interest. And that's kind of our programming now. It's like, we got to be entertained all the time. And that's why I started with that quote. But anyway, stay tuned for more on the citizen body, and I hope you get a little bit of a sense of hope and more about how this isn't about some guy. I'm no guru. I'm actually very, very average. But what I've always had in my life is this philosophical tendency, not the academic sense of philosophy. I actually don't think that process by itself in a silo is helping. It's connecting some of those ideas of religion, philosophy, science, and art to a system that every human being doesn't need to go and study all these things individually. They can just flow through life, process this information age data with a few key principles and strategies that allow you to read the news, no problem. Talk to a Muslim, no problem. Talk to a Christian, talk to an atheist, because you're scientifically looking for the good in everything that you hear and do, and just moving on without believing wholesale anything and then vilifying people because you're principle based. But anyway, more about that soon. Sorry again about the car and kind of the quick delivery. I hope that was entertaining enough. Have a good day.